Hey, everybody. Welcome to Making Connections with Aly. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. You guys know we are here every Saturday at 12 noon and every Monday at 2 p.m. And I hope everybody is doing well as Elsa has come through and done her business. So I hope everybody fared well and everybody's family is good. And so, before we get started with our interview, which we have Miss Zamani Bordeaux with us today of Slade Life, and I'm excited. Y'all know she's talking about natural hair and all this good stuff and chemical free and products. So she's right up my alley, and I need her help, right? But before we get started, I want to remind everybody there's a gospel explosion happening in Charlotte today. It's hosted by Mr. Excitement, also known as Brandon Chuck Brown on Facebook. It is today, and it starts from at 2 o'clock. It's from 2 to 6. They're also having health and wellness fair, and so that is at the Freedom Presbyterian Church there in Charlotte, and the address is 1646 Toddville Road. That's 1646 Toddville Road in Charlotte. So it's a gospel explosion. They have plenty of artists. They've got other vendors and different things going on. So make sure if you're not doing anything today, go out and enjoy some good music, some good vibes, being with family and friends, or maybe you're gonna meet somebody new. Who knows? But it's a good day to do it. So, with Miss Zamani, how are you today?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. And this, like I said, is Zamani Bordeaux of Slade Life. And so, before we get started, this is your first time on the show, so we welcome you wholeheartedly. So, the first time you come, you're a visitor, but after that, you're just part of the family. And so,
I have that same, I hold that same standard for people who come to my house. First time, I'm gonna treat you like gold. Next time you come to my crib, your family, so get in where you fit
that's it.
in.
That's it. I love it. So, go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell people a little bit about yourself before we get into the interview.
Well, my name is Amani Bordeaux. I've been doing hair literally since 1991. I started in New York, and throughout the years, I've done hair. Hair was my main thing back in the days, and then I realized and found out that I wasn't fitting in with everybody else. So then I went on about my business, did other things, but I always played in hair. That was my side hustle. When the paycheck is short, go do somebody
Right.
hair. Make up that money. So once I had my child, and I realized that the position that I was holding at the time, which was a legal collector in New York State for a very well known law firm, it wasn't going to fit because my child was born 3 months, 5 days early with developmental delays and everything else. So I had to make the grown up decision whether or not I was going to step out on faith and do my own thing. Now, I'm going to tell you again, I did not first step out on faith with hair. I didn't. I went and took my collection background and I created my own collection enforcement agency. And I started with that. And then I moved down to North Carolina because North Carolina was much better with children like my son. So I brought my baby down here and I brought the business down here with me. But again, I was always doing hair. So I finally decided that I think I need to go back to school. So I went back to school. I entered Empire Beauty School Concord.
Yes.
And yes, Empire Beauty School Concord, right down the street, baby, right down the street. And I met some wonderful people, and it was a struggle. So anybody who thinks that a cosmetologist just simply rolls hair and that menial stuff, it's really a whole lot deeper than that. There's more to what we do than just rolling hair or putting a curling iron in someone's hair. Because if you don't know what you're doing, you can burn their hair out.
Say that. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's
Experience
pretty
that
much it.
before.
Yes, I have one young lady that I will mention. She was my educator, and she woke the hair nerd all the way up. She just woke that chick up. She was like, I was like, wait, whoa. Because when I first went to school, I have a natural talent. I can do hair. So what they did was they told me when the floor got full, they would pull people who could do hair out of the classrooms to do hair. Well, I never went back in the classroom. They never put me back in class. So I got all the practical and I didn't get the theory. So when I went back to school, I got the theory. So now I'm sitting up in here and I'm reading this and I'm going through everything and I'm like, oh, okay. I'm sorry, I forgot where I was. I actually had an epiphany like, oh, so that's the reason why you got to do this to make that happen. Okay. And everything started making sense. And then I got more and more interested. That's when that hair nerd came out. Because the first thing I did was I created body products, body love, body products. And I started with that. I made a scrub and a body butter. And I gave it to my educator. And she let it sit for a minute because this lady, she's always moving. So I didn't take it any which way. But unfortunately, I had to get dropped, wait a while, and come back. So when I was coming back in, I went to let her know I was back. When I let her know, she was like, student, remember I told you about that scrub that this student made for me? And I was just like, nah, nah, nah. And then I finally used it, and it was the bomb. I would like for you all to meet Mrs. Amani Bordeaux. And hi, how are you? I've done a couple of guest speaking spots virtually. Yeah, I've done a couple of guest speaking spots. I'm looking to do more. I'm more of an educator than I
Mm,
am a person to stand behind the chair. Now, don't get me twisted. I will
I
stand
can
behind
do
that
it
chair.
all, but
I can do it all. I don't braid.
okay.
That's the one thing I don't do. I do not do it well at all. So yeah, we're gonna work on that. But that's I love to get my hands in someone's hair because you can feel what's going on in their hair. You can take your fingers and run it through it. If their hair is coming out in your hand, then you
Mm,
got questions to ask. Are you on medication? Are you stressed out? Something going on? You understand what I'm saying? Your medication definitely will affect your hair depending on what that medication is. Because a lot of times it's taking something away or canceling
right.
something out. So it's all about inside outside balance. That's why this works so well with this cosmetology field because again, I started with body products and I'm like, wait, your scalp is made of skin. Your hair is growing out of your scalp.
Right.
Okay. And then I started adding stuff for hair into my body products like black castor oil, rosemary, things of that nature. And you actually can you actually add some castile soap. Good to go. Got yourself a
Really?
good shampoo, yes. But that was for a hair growth serum that a hair growth product that I actually made. It's a shampoo and a cream that goes along with it. It runs about $150 for the set. It's 8 ounces. You get, yeah, 8 ounces.
Yeah.
And but it will grow your hair. Your hair will grow back. And that much, I have pictures on my other phone of one of my clients that decided that they wanted to try it and I have the hair growth for that. Plus the fact I have my own experience because I thinned right here. This is my stress spot right here.
Hmm.
And I have no problem with showing anybody that it's filled in. This was all sparse.
Really?
Yes, ma'am.
Wow, that's thick now.
Yeah, girl, you know, I like my
I said, yeah.
got to do that, dude.
I love this, and we're gonna get into like I said, well, I'm gonna use me and my mom for an example. Hey, Jonathan, Jonathan's on.
That's
Yeah.
my dude.
But
Hey, Jonathan.
yeah, Yeah, I tell everybody every time, Jonathan is the man to get connected with if you want to grow your audience, or get your product or whatever you're doing
Yes,
out there.
he is.
He is a entrepreneur's dream. So,
Yes, he is. Because he came up in here yesterday, and we did a product testing, a video. When I did a keratin treatment on a young lady who had a child treatment back in October, and she never did anything else with her hair. So her ends were breaking, ends were splitting, the lengths of her ends were very, very, she had various lengths.
hmm
So I gave her a treatment, and Jonathan was there for it. He videotaped everything. He got to see what it was and what it ended up being. He also has those grow pictures too. He
oh,
can
good.
actually show you those. Yeah, Jonathan has those grow pictures,
Okay,
so he can
okay.
probably post those in the feed thing so that people can actually see what's going on with them.
Yeah, yeah. Post those in the chat, Jonathan, so everybody, as they're listening to the video, they can see the photos. But before we even get into the hair, let's talk about why did you get into the body products? What was your excitement or your motivation for even starting that?
Well, again, so you understand the first time around back in the 90s, I did not do theory. So when I was sitting in theory and we had skin, the first thing that was said to us was if you cannot eat it, you should not put it on your skin.
Hmm.
And that, I went, wait, because wait, I'm an ex fat girl, okay? I love my food. So you said, wait, that makes sense. Okay. And then that's when I went in my kitchen and figured out what it was I wanted to do and played with it.
So that's
But
another thing I always wonder about, how people come up with scents, how people come up with the right, serum that makes your smooth skin, or I mean makes your skin smooth and things like that. So about how long, or what was the process? Did you have like a lot of fails in the beginning?
really, no. And I'm not trying to be funny. What
Oh,
it is because we were in the skin curriculum in school, I had a foundation.
gotcha.
Okay. So then I took that foundation, went and researched a lot of different things like rosemary, salt, sugar. I just started researching all of it to see what it does. Salt detoxifies. Sugar adds moisture. Rosemary, if you mix it with an antifungal such as olive leaf, tea tree, marigold, that right there will repair your nerve endings, any damaged nerve endings. That's what rosemary does. And then the antifungal cleans out your hair follicles. It cleans out the good pores in there. It gets everything out of there and
Okay.
allows for the circulation to start up again and allows for your hair to actually breathe and grow. You got
Okay.
to clean all the junk out.
So, okay, so that's a good point. So for us, we put a lot of like grease and things on our scalp. Is that good or is it bad? I mean,
It
because we don't want to be
depends
dry,
on,
but
no, you don't want to be dry. But what you want to do is make sure that the grease that you're putting on your head isn't. Now, some people can and some people do not. And I'm going to say this, I'm a 70s baby, sweetie. I was very, very shiny when I was little. My mama Vaseline me from head to toe, and I
right.
could slide out the side door, slide all the way to school. That's just how greasy I was. But I have no makeup on. The only thing I'm wearing is lip stain.
Mm,
Now, I don't use petroleum jelly to that point because they don't make it the way they used to make it. It's not thick and heavy like it used to be.
mm-hmm.
It's more along the lines of because it's not as thick and heavy, they've taken a lot of stuff out of it, and that was thin and flimsy. And it doesn't really do the job. I have to literally take this newfound Vaseline and mix it with the lotion in order to get it to spread. So then I was like, well, that's just spending too much money. And it's cheaper to go buy some oil
Right, right.
and do it that way. So I started playing with the different oils, the avocado oil, the almond oil. You again research all of the benefits of it, and then depending on your intent, depending on what it is that you have intentions on doing, that's how you do your mixtures.
Okay.
Now I'll cook. I make my stuff like I'm cooking in my kitchen, so there's not really a recipe. It's a basic guide, but there's really not too much of a recipe. I
Okay.
know that when it comes to certain things like shea, you don't want to use a lot of shea in the hair product because it tends to coat your hair strand and then you can't get anything in it. It'll
Mm,
coat your hair strand, therefore it is coating over the cuticles and you can't open the cuticles to get anything to go inside. So
okay.
it takes a yeah, it takes a bit. You have to do some you have to get all that coating off of the hair. So kind of like a I would say Goo Gone, a clarifying, a
Mm-hmm.
nice deep clarifying shampoo to get that all of that off of the hair strand before you go and do anything like that. So if I do add shea, I don't add a whole lot of shea. Cocoa butter has a lot better works better with the hair. Shea butter is good for your scalp and it has an SPF in it that protects your hair from free radicals, but not so much like the sunscreen we put on,
Mm-hmm.
but it does protect your hair from free radicals also.
Okay.
So you mix a couple of different things, some shea butter, a little shea butter. I like coconut oil because that tends to absorb very well. It's not as heavy. But when you mix them all together in the correct amount,
Right.
it balances itself out.
Okay. So, I said I'll use like me and my mom for an example. So, I know a lot of people now are trying to go natural and things like that, but it's really not as easy as you think. I mean, especially if you're coming from a perm lifestyle and putting chemicals in your hair, it's like, because you really then not used to really doing much with your hair. So now you have to become a lover of hair and
Yes.
what works. And I know I've talked to several friends who went natural, and their shelves are lined with different products, trying to see what works for their hair, whether it's going to be
I've
great.
got a whole bottom drawer full of different products that I will not throw away because I spent my money on them. Now I do want to, but I did use them as a basis to what it was I was trying to do
Oh,
because I've used these different products and I'm like, okay, well, I like the feel of that, but I don't like the fact that it flakes after a certain amount of hours. So that's how the actual hair products were born. Hold on, let me get these for you.
okay.
We have this right here and this right here. Hold on, let me get you in
That's
the. Ah, there you go. I got to figure out how to work this camera. All right, so this right here, that's the conditioner. This is charcoal detox
okay.
shampoo. So for all my good natural people, this is wonderful because this will take it all out. You know what activated charcoal does when you put it on your skin, right?
Mm-mm.
Pulls out impurities.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And it does the same thing here. It pulls the impurities out of your scalp and your hair. And then you have the conditioner also. Oop, there we go. And then you have the conditioner. Now, mind you, these wonderful things I have for sale.
There you
And
go.
I can sell these wonderful things to all my clients in the 8-ounce bottles. But the things that you were speaking on, such as the straighteners, because I got some of that too, boo boo. Yeah, let's get this straight now. We will do this one because it's closest to me. Oh, this ah is my medium strength keratin treatment.
Okay.
Now, let me please explain a lot about the keratin treatment because a lot of people, when they first came out, for me and my purposes, that was a lot of heat.
Okay.
I will take one for an example. It was made by Goldwell. That's the one that we actually learned in school. So you have to clarify the hair, shampoo it. Then you have to go in and blow dry it. Then you have to go in and put the product in. Then you have to go and blow dry it again. Then you got to take a part, which is about less than my pinky nail, half the size of my pinky nail.
Oh, good gracious.
And with that, you take a hot flat iron at 425 degrees, and you have to pass over that single section of hair for about 12 times.
That little piece of that
That
that.
little piece of hair.
Hmm, okay.
So I had a problem with that because that's 425 degrees,
Yeah.
direct heat on one section.
Ugh.
So that didn't work for me. So I was doing a lot of research because I don't like sodium hydroxide. That's lie. That's a relaxer.
Hmm.
So when you're using a relaxer, you're breaking your major bond. It's called a disulfide bond. You have your salt bond, you have your hydrogen bond, you have your disulfide bond. Salt bond, if I'm not mistaken, is broken by water or heat. One is broken by heat, one is broken by water, but the disulfide bond, which is the strongest bond, is only broken by a chemical, a relaxer. So once you relax it and it goes straight, it's not going to go back. It's not going to be that type of party. But with a keratin treatment, it does revert back. You can wear your hair like you have it now. It's just putting what you're using is you're putting your building block keratin back in your hair and you're forcing it in with the heat. That's it.
Wow, that's interesting. See, and everybody thinks you can just go to the store and pick up something off the shelf,
No,
and just
ma'am.
because your friend uses it and it works wonderful on their hair, does not mean it's going to be the same for your hair because of the texture, the thickness, even like you were talking about the scalp. Maybe your scalp is not as healthy as your friend's. So it's so
I
many.
have a wonderful example for you with that one. There is a product out there that was called, I don't know if it's still out on the market, but Dr. Miracle. My
Hmm.
cousin used that relaxer and that thing made her hair look gorgeous. I was like, girl, what's the name of that stuff? I'm about to go get it done. And I went and got it done. I didn't even do it myself. I purchased the product, went and sat in someone's chair and let them do it, okay? Because I was being lazy. But I went in there. The young lady did not overprocess my hair, none of that stuff. But 2 days later, I'm sitting at my desk, and all of a sudden, I was writing something, and then I looked down, and I've got hair on my desk.
Mm,
And
mm.
I'm not talking about I'm talking about good strands of hair. And I'm just sitting there like, what's going on? And my friend next door to me looks, he goes, yo, whatever you going through, you need to get that taken care of because your hair is literally sliding. I'm watching it slide out your head and
Oh
free
my God.
falling.
Okay. Mm.
Okay, so yeah, that wasn't a good look.
Wow.
Yeah, but I've everybody it, usually I don't have an issue when it comes down to different trying different products, but that one right there was not my friend. It did not like me at all.
So, and we try to support everybody and we try to be friendly, but really, when you're going to somebody who's a professional, like what do we look for? Because we think you got a certificate, we think you should be, good to do our hair. But are there questions we should ask, or
There
should
are
we just
always questions that you should ask.
okay?
Just like the cosmetologist is supposed to ask you questions also.
Mm,
Because if you have certain situations going on, such as free hair fall, then there's something not balanced on the inside.
mm,
Something's not right. Now, there is a hormone. It is called cortisol, cortisol, if I'm not mistaken.
mm-hmm.
It's the stress hormone. There is a stress hormone. Okay, people? It really does exist. Stress has a hormone, and that hormone has a name. And the more stressed you are, the more those hormones go to work, and they
Mm-hmm.
really do attack your hair follicles.
Wow.
So yeah, that's one. Number two, as I had said before, medication.
Mm-hmm.
If you're on blood thinners, blood pressure, a lot of blood pressure medications, a lot of diabetes medications, a lot of medications, period, point blank. They take away. They're created to assist you with your issues, but as everything else, there are side effects, and it's those side effects that you have to look out for to see if there's a way that you can literally balance it out. With my hair growth product, my thing is to make sure that you have all the vitamins and minerals in your body that you need in order for that product to work. Now, I put my one of my clients, because he would shave his head bald, shave it bald. It would thin right around here,
Oh,
and he would just shave everything off. It's
right,
easier that way.
right.
So I put him on a men's multi vitamin. He was already losing weight, drinks lots of water, keeps himself hydrated, eats pretty decently. So we decided to add the multivitamins into the whole thing. Now, the first I have two formulas. The original formula was not organic,
Okay.
but I decided not to put it out until I had it organic because the original formula gave me a headache, so I
Mm,
wouldn't use it. If it has an adverse effect on me, I'm not putting it out there. So
yeah.
I found myself the organic alternative to what I needed, to the antifungal basically, and use that. Now I said a good prayer beforehand. First time I did that, sister girl, I had a migraine. I was like, "Ooh, we can't do that again."
Oh,
But
yeah.
this was really good. It really worked very well. It's still working. It still works because I mean, we just all happy and fuzzy.
I know it looks good.
Thank you. But my client also, in the areas where he has more issues that are more difficult, what I tell him to do is take that shampoo, because the shampoo has not just the antifungal in it and the rosemary, but it also has some ginger in it, which goes in and just really gets in there. You can feel the ginger working because you
Mm-hmm.
feel the good tingle. So,
Yeah.
that ginger gets in there and it's cleaning up everything. It's trying to help suck up and control all the oil and everything else. It's enough of the active ingredients, which are the herbs and the essential oils. And I have enough cocoa butter, shea coconut oil, jojoba, black castor. So I have enough that adds moisture back in that you don't need a conditioner.
Mm. Hey, now that sounds good.
And you're putting that cream on every single solitary day. So you're constantly
Okay.
keeping moisture in your hair.
Because that's one of my issues. Like, I have dry hair, and I'll be like, but then, like, of course, if I put too much product, then it makes my face break out. So,
Yeah, we can't be playing with that because I do all this around here. Child, there ain't enough hair. One time I was hiding all that around the face, the little zits and stuff, with my cute little long hair that I had let grow, right?
right.
And it had gotten so bad that I couldn't touch my forehead. So that's what I decided it was. I was
Oh,
done with it
wow.
because I perspire in my head.
Yes.
So I'll go outside and be all cute like this. You know what I'm saying? Walk from my side door, walk from my side door to my good car, and I'm looking like I just got out of a rainstorm. But you go pat, 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 and go about your business and everything else. But it's all about the additives that they put in. My preservative is vitamin E. And
Okay.
the company that I have to manufacture respect and will honor my recipe, my original recipe. That's why it's taken so long for me to actually get anything out because um, I couldn't find a manufacturer that will actually honor my recipe or think outside the box. There are things that I have created, such as I have this, it's named after one of my besties. It's called Miss Lady Sunshine. It's an inside joke. It's real funny. But I used to, she would be have a boyfriend and they would lose their minds. I'm like, girl, I don't know what you got, but I'm about to bottle that.
Gotcha.
So
Yeah.
that's what I did. She has a thing for she likes mangoes. So I literally pureed down a mango, mixed it with my good stuff, made a scrub and a body butter with that mango puree. So there's mango in there, there's lemon zest, there's some lemon, actual lemon, there's
Mhm.
citrus, there's all types of citrus, lemon, lime, orange, there's lemon peel, lime peel, orange peel. There's stuff that you can see. For instance, what's the new one? Okay, yeah, we're gonna show you this. I made a curling cream. I use this to keep moisture in my hair. I also use this to do twists.
Oh,
This
okay.
has aloe vera in it. You can see all the good, wonderful.
Yeah.
You can see all the wonderful stuff in there.
Uh-huh. Oh, I bet that'd be a pretty girl.
Yeah, I use it for curls. It's curling cream, literally. I
Yeah.
use it for curls. I use it for twists. I use it for everything. Now, if you want to be use it for gel, darling, I know this is gonna sound so gross because when I saw it, I was like, ew. But okra makes a good hair gel. Boil down the okra.
Okra. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
you boil down that good okra, and you take all the stuff out, and then you got all the slimy stuff.
Really?
Yes, and
See,
it helps. Yeah, okra does. It really does.
I'm gonna have to get you on the show with our the lady that comes on first Monday. She's our health and wellness expert, holistic nurse
Oh yeah.
practitioner, and she always says just what you're saying. You know, even though we're talking about the internal, juicing and things like that, she said you have to remember the deodorants you use, the lotions you use.
Yep.
That's also going into your body, your hair
Sure is.
products and all that stuff. So I was like, oh yeah, she's
So everything, all the good, wonderful stuff that you're putting in, you're kind of counteracting it by the stuff, the bad, extra stuff that they put in all the products. I had a problem with the way my client's hair felt after using certain products. I didn't like it. So
Mhm.
then, of course, when you're in school, you have to use what they have.
Right, right.
So then that's when I learned how to mix stuff. Because I was sitting in the back and I'm like, okay. I don't like that. That doesn't work well with people with very coarse hair.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
that does. Okay, so I'm gonna take that and put some in there. I'm gonna put some of that in there. Okay, you take it out there, rub it in, shampoo it in, let it sit. And while you're shampooing, you can feel the hair starting to get wet. You
Yeah.
can feel it going from being hard and coarse to relaxing itself and literally falling into its natural curl.
Oh gosh.
See, that's my love of it. I have a problem, and I tell them once I went back to school, I'm like, okay, listen, there's certain things I'm not doing. I ain't messing with no box color. So if you want me to put a color in your hair, you better come with a tube. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Come with a tube. Because there's a lot of metals and extra stuff that are in those, especially the black. Oof. I had this one young lady. She had already had thick hair, but then she put a box color on top of it, and there was nothing that I could do to get that less than strip the color out and start over.
Oh wow. I know, and then sometimes, for us, like we're trying to get that red color, or no, that blonde color. And I don't know how you
Oh,
got yours, but then they'll put like bleach on it and your hair is on fire. You're like, oh, but I'm gonna stay blonde. I'm gonna do it.
yeah. Do you? Let me tell you some good stuff.
Let me read Jonathan. He said, "Oh yes, Allie, with the products being all natural and chemical free, you won't have to worry about breaking out when using her products, honey. That's a
Yeah,
plus."
you don't. I don't break. None of my clients that I've used the products on have broken out. None of them. I haven't gotten a complaint about any of the body products. Now, here's my thing. This stuff, I make it in my kitchen. I literally go buy these good products. I go buy this stuff in big blocks. And I am breaking it down. I have a separate set of pots that I do all my little magic in. And I'm cooking in my kitchen. And it's literally that because I've got herbs and I've got spices and I've got a ninja chopper.
Come
And
on.
then I just puree everything. I puree everything. It makes no sense. If you don't before there was Revlon, what did the people do if they want a color?
I'm not really sure. Tell us.
They went to the forest and foraged some berries and mushed some things together until they
Oh,
got a paste and then they put it on their hair.
okay.
It came from nature.
Shut up.
I
Okay.
am more like there's this book. And I tell everybody about this book because this book was my mother's Bible. She had this book until that thing fell apart. And I bet you if she finds it now, it's probably about this thick. Started off that thick, it's probably about that thin now. It's called Back to Eden.
Oh, I've heard of that.
And basically, it's explaining to you that with everything that is in your food and your medication and everything else, it might be wise for you to go back to the way it was before all of this manufacturing and all that other good
Yeah.
stuff. As I was saying, the manufacturer and distributor that I have, they're in Boca Raton. They are 100%, they use 100% organic raw products. They use fruit. Now, here's the difference. I go to Aldi's or to a farmer's market, depending on what my mood is,
Mm-hmm.
and I go buy some mangoes and some avocados and all that other stuff. The companies that I was talking with, they were like, oh, well, we use the essential oils. That's fine because I do also. That's the reason why my scents are the way they are. But I also use the real fruit.
Wow.
So I use the real fruit. So when I was speaking to this one particular company, they were like, "Oh, that's not a problem. We freeze dry it." See, think outside the box. So now I got my real fruit. It's just dried fruit, but who cares? It's
Right.
real
Right.
fruit. So I'm
Okay.
happy.
I love it. That's all right. Now, and Jonathan says you're in Concord, and I was like, oh yeah, that ain't too far at all.
No, darling, I'm in Concord. Wait a minute, girl. Wait, let me show you. Look. Do you see the purple chair?
Yes.
You see the purple chair? Okay.
Uh,
Do you see the dryer?
I see that. I see that.
Okay, wait a minute. Do you see the good shampoo bowl?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Yes, baby. I'm in Concord. Mm-hmm. I certainly am.
Okay. Okay. So, if somebody wanted to order your products, you have a website that they can go to and see what all is
Well, the
available.
website, the products are not on the website right now. So what everybody can do, however, because you can still order the products.
Right.
Now, if you're a professional, you can order the keratin treatment. You can order the splayed hair plex. Yes, I have that also, dear.
Now,
Let's
what is
not play.
that?
Splayed hair plex is just like Olaplex. For all those professionals out there, Olaplex was created to repair the bonds that the chemical breaks.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That whatever chemical, whatever it is that you're using, what it breaks, that's what Olaplex is there for, to replace the bonds, to repair the bonds so that you don't have extreme overprocessing and extreme damage.
Okay.
Period. So I actually have that. I use it. I used it yesterday in my demonstration with the keratin treatment because, again, she had about, I'll have to say, about a good 6 inches because, believe it or not, your hair grows different. It grows differently. You have different textures in one head, and
True.
then it goes in different directions. It does a lot of different things.
Truly.
So yeah, because my son is a trip trying to cut that hair. That stuff goes this way, this way, this way, this way. He's got two whirls in the back of his head. And then I'm sitting there thinking, oh my goodness, I just jacked my son up and then I cut my husband's hair. I was like, that's where that came from.
That's what happened.
I was like, that's what happened. Oh, I ain't do that? Okay, not a problem. I'll let you have that one. Because
Oh,
I'm the one that's got to cut it, but yeah, I'll let you have that.
okay. Okay.
But yeah, that the professional products, the keratin treatments, the Plex, those. Oh, the color. Yeah, I don't. The It's called exclusivity. Being exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry about that, but I get tongue tied sometimes with those big words. Seriously. It's called being exclusive. You can only get my product if you go to a salon. You can only use that product if you go to a salon. And
Got
on the side of the salon, it's customer retention because they like the product, they like the results of the product. They're going to keep coming back to get more product. They're going to come back to get their hair redone. They're going to come back and purchase the styling stuff because you can, the way I have it set up, it's not only for clients to be able, for salons to have an excellent product that's not going to kill their hair, that's not going to make you do a whole bunch of work. That keratin, let me just break down the strong keratin for your keratin treatment. The active ingredients that they're using as a straightener is not lye, it's formaldehyde. Formaldehyde is an organic compound, therefore, not a chemical. So they only use 6% in the strong, 4% in the medium, 2%
it.
in the soft Botox, and then I have a formaldehyde free, which is, if I'm not mistaken, a grenadine, not grenadine, that's something else. I'm telling on myself, but it's not formaldehyde. I'm saying, here, ooh, I'm telling on myself. But
That's
no,
yeah.
it's not formaldehyde. But yeah,
Okay.
that's what they're using. And it's as simple as putting in color. It just takes a little longer. Because once you put in the color, you do what you do. You put a cap on it. You put cotton, cap, let them sit for 30 minutes.
Okay.
Call it a day.
Okay.
Now this, It doesn't work quite that way. Now the formaldehyde free does work that way.
Okay.
You put it in, you walk around for 20 minutes with it on, you sit there for 20 minutes and let it process. Then I put you underneath my good dryer.
Okay.
And then after I put you underneath my good dryer for another 20, 30 minutes, I pull you out, I blow dry you, I flat iron you. One pass on the flat iron. Not
That's
12,
that's different.
not 5. If you have a very good flat iron, it takes one, maybe two passes.
Okay.
And it works on all different types of hair, especially that good, heavy, thick stuff.
Yes, yes. I'm loving this. So, I know you were saying you had something too for hair growth. Does that include like thinning?
Yes, it includes it activates. It's not okay, so my products are not they're not nationality related.
Mm-hmm.
They are hair related. My products are about hair and what needs to be done. It's not Caucasian hair, it's not African American hair, it's not Asian hair, it's not European hair. It's hair.
Gotcha.
Period, point blank. Now, once you use it, it can always be adjusted because mixologists over here, I have no problem with that. Because to me, that's just another version of my perfection already. I'm just adding perfection to perfection. So it's no big whoop de do to me. I get to create all the time, and that's my favorite part of this whole situation. The creative part. I like that. I like to be able to use my brain and be like, oh, so if I mix this, and this together, I wonder what happens. Your hair grows. Oh, look in there. Let's see what else it is. So that has to be understood all the way across the board. I do everyone's hair. If you have hair growing out your head, I do it. Period. And I use my products on it. Period. And they work very well. Like I said, depending on what the issue is, I have a product. If you need for thinning hair, I have shampoo, conditioner, and a hair mask for that. I have scalp treatments that you can get from you get it from your salon, from your stylist,
Mm-hmm.
and you use it that way. Everything comes from your stylist.
Right, right.
Now, styling products, I'm going to open my store. I'm trying to figure out now how I want to do it. If I want to do it on the website that I already have for my hair, or if I want to actually do something completely different and just link everything with a shop button.
Right, right.
But that's not my roadhouse. I have to sit back and wait. Yeah, it's not my roadhouse.
Gotcha.
I'll let the IT do that. But in the meantime and in between time,
Whenever that's
I
ready,
write.
whenever button is ready, the product will be there.
Well, that's right. But the product is ready now. I have no issues on that. I can actually probably place orders right now. If I can get enough of them, then I won't have an issue. I get enough orders, and we're in like flames.
I like this. So I do have like um and I know it's different for different people, but um when people have like alopecia,
You mean like my mom?
what causes that sometimes for different people?
There are different types of alopecia. A lot of the alopecia is due to that cortisol
Mhm.
hormone, and a lot of it is due to traction, which means you know how you go get some girls go get when the bonding glue came out,
Mhm. Mhm.
and they were sitting there going like this and playing with it and playing with it and then pulling it out.
Oh yeah.
It causes damage, and you continue to do that, then the hair stop growing until you reactivate those hair follicles.
Okay. Hmm.
There's also something else I do. I make hair units out of the hair that yes, I actually make hair units.
Okay.
I want to become a hair doctor. That's my goal. I
Okay.
am going to go back to school in a couple of months and take my trichology, which is basically the study of the diseases and the disorders and all that other stuff of the hair and
Oh,
scalp.
cool.
So I'm going to do that, and then because of the skin that I have, because I'm already an esthetician, I have my cosmetology license. I am a nail tech. I am a hairstylist. I am a esthetician. You name it, I am it because I just did the overall.
Right.
But I'm going back to get the applied science.
Oh, that's
That's
cool.
what I'm going back to get. Oh, and my educators, so I can teach.
So you, because we need some more teachers telling us all this good stuff.
All this good stuff, having that good teachers behind your name is a
Mm.
beautiful thing.
Because
Honestly,
it's
hey,
it's good to get that that basic knowledge, but like you
yeah.
said, when your client sits down, they're not always by the book, and everybody is not the same. So you have to learn how what works for each one.
Each and
And
every client,
you
yes.
can use the same product on two or three different clients, but this one you might just need to leave it on for 5 minutes, and this one might need 15 minutes. So it's all
You have
learning
some
that.
people whose hair, uh, it really responds to. Some people have hair that responds very well to product, and then you have some people where you may have to beat the product in the hair, and that's just the basic bottom
Mhm.
line. You really have to beat the product in their hair because the cuticle is not opening up to let the product in because of whatever reason, what a coating or whatever. Malibu makes this stuff called Gooby Gone, and it removes product and all that. It's a an extremely good clarifying shampoo. It gets all the nasty out, all of
Okay.
it. Just sometimes you look at that thinking like, girl, you look like you have a whole product shelf in your head.
Oh, Lord.
What product didn't you put in your hair this week?
Right, right.
But mainly, it works mainly for gels and edge control because a lot of people use a lot of edge control.
Hmm. My mom gets frustrated because, like, we have the same type of hair, but she like, I did the same thing you did to your hair, and I'm like, I don't know. I said, I don't
I
even
had
know if I
clients
got
when I
nothing to
was in
do.
school that I would see once a month. They would come in, I'd shampoo, condition, trim their ends. They were very natural, and I'd rod their hair up and let them sit up underneath the dryer. And I had this one lady, seriously, she really and truly came to me once a month.
Okay.
And, that, and she would have the same rod curls in her head, but and by the time that month is up, now she's got more body than
Right.
anything else. Now getting down up in there, but I had I knew what it was she liked. I had another client that liked her hair set in a certain way.
Hmm.
So I would set her hair whichever way it was that she wanted it set. I had a lot of people. Like I said, I was at Empire Beauty School, Charlotte, so we got a lot of. That's where I graduated from. I started in Concord, but I ended up in Charlotte. I graduated in Charlotte, and
Yeah.
in the Charlotte school, there's a lot of elderly people there with nice white, pretty hair. Their hair was growing out their head just as nice and white. And if you don't know what you're doing and you use that purple shampoo, they were walking out with their hair slightly gray
Mm, yeah.
because they let it sit too long or it has a purple tinge to it because they let that shampoo and that conditioner sit too long.
Mm. You gotta know. You gotta know.
Yeah. It's to remove brassiness. That's all it's for.
Okay.
It's a lighter version of a toner. It's basically a toning shampoo and conditioner. But you can't use it as a toner and let it sit there for a long period of time because it does have a violet pigment to it. So it's going to
Mm.
stain if you let it sit for too long.
Mm. Okay. Okay. Good gracious. Well, I have really enjoyed our conversation. What we're going to do right now is we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to let you tell everybody how they can follow you on social media, how they can contact you if they have more questions or they want to order products. And so stay right there, and we will be right back, everybody.
Thank you for being such a wonderful listening audience, whether you were listening live or on the replay. And don't forget to like our Facebook page, Making Connections with Aly and Shay, so that you can get notified every time we go live. Do you have a burning message to share with the audience? Contact Alicia Johnson at info@aliciajohnson.com. That's info@ALYSSIAJOHNSON.com with your topic idea and your message to be booked on the show. And if you're an inspirational speaker or a motivator or simply seeking a platform to share your message, contact Miss Alicia Johnson at info@aliciajohnson.com. That's info@ALYSSIAJOHNSON.com to be considered for 30 to 60 minutes of weekly airtime right here on the Making Connections Network. Again, contact Alicia Johnson at info@aliciajohnson.com. That's info@ALYSSIAJOHNSON.com to be considered for 30 to 60 minutes of weekly airtime, your own radio show right here on the Making Connections Network.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Again, we are making connections with Aly. We're here every Saturday at 12 noon and every Monday at 2 p.m. Make sure you like us on Facebook, turn on the notifications so you'll know when we go live with our shows. And again, in case you're just jumping on in the end here, I am talking to Zimani Bordeaux of the Slade Life. She is an entrepreneur, a businesswoman, a esthetician, a beautician, a stylist, all that good stuff. And so I definitely want to give her opportunity to tell everybody, again, how they can follow her either on social media and how you can reach out if they have questions or they want to order your products.
Well, I can be reached on Facebook under Zamani Bordeaux, and Slade Extensions by Zamani is also on Facebook. But it's quicker for you to literally just hit me up on Messenger, and I will answer you as soon as possible. And on Instagram, I am Zamani underscore Bordeaux, and I have Slade XB, which is SLYD XB.
Okay.
And I do believe there might be an underscore in between the two, but I wanted to show you something really quickly before we left.
Okay.
Just real quick.
Okay.
I wanted to show you uh, my latest and greatest. This is one of my hair units.
Yes.
This is a 360. So basically, when you put it on, it looks like it's growing out your head. This is 24, 22, and 20 inches of Indian Remy hair. This is the color that all the hair comes in. You can lighten it. You can do whatever it is that you need to do with it. But she's quite,
Yeah.
quite.
I like that. Can you put heat on it as well?
This is 100% human Remy hair.
Okay.
Remy, just so everybody knows, is the way the hair is harvested. That's what
Mhm.
makes Remy hair Remy hair. It's the way the hair is harvested. There's nothing that they do to it. It's harvested a specific way. This is also no chemicals at all in this hair. It
Hmm.
is harvested from humans. This is human hair.
Hmm.
It stays in the bundle because what they do is they put it in a ponytail. They put that little ponytail holder on it, and then they cut right above the ponytail holder. And
Oh.
it stays that way through the entire process until it gets to the point where they're getting ready to put it in. They're about to make it into the weave hair. But
Hmm.
it's cleaned with steam. Everything is done with steam, and it's hand picked. And
Okay.
this particular unit, it starts off just for it to look like this, just for me to put it together. It's about $720.
Okay.
And this is, like I said, 24, 22, and 20 inches with a 14-inch frontal.
That's what's up. That's pretty hair.
Thank you. It comes in Brazilian, natural straight, Malaysian, Indian Remy, Brazilian, natural straight, Malaysian, Indian Remy, uh, Peruvian, and island curl. But the island curl doesn't come in the 360s coming straight and body wave, and I think you can get it in the Indian Remy. But the island curl, you will never get a 360 in because the island curl by itself, it looks kind of thin, but when you break up the curls, that's when you get the fullness of it.
Ah. Okay.
I'll have a unit made of that soon so I can have it on display.
Okay. I love it, girl. You doing it up in that kitchen and everything.
Yes, baby. Yes, I am. I had a spare room and I was bored and I was tired of doing everything in my bedroom, so I needed to move my work from my bedroom into another area. So
Yeah.
it's just
Oh,
me and my son here, so yeah.
you doing it. I love it.
I thank you, dear.
That
Next
means,
thing I'm gonna have is some makeup.
okay. And don't forget, you guys, she's got the body love. So that's, all the body lotions and rubs, right? Is that right? Am I
Scrubs,
saying it right?
scrubs, the lotions, the washes, and those
Mm.
right now I am making per order. I am making
Okay.
those per order. So you order it, I make it.
Okay.
And it'll be yes, because I'm getting ready to send all of my samples down so they can actually be manufactured. I'm rewriting out all of my recipes so I can get them good things copywritten before I ship them down to the
Listen,
manufacturer.
listen. You better. I know that's right.
So right now it's still by hand, but I enjoy doing it, so it really doesn't phase me in the least.
Okay. Well, guys, make sure you follow her. Reach out to her if you have questions. I mean, because I'm going to tell you, our hair is beautiful. We just got to figure out how to get to that beauty. Sometimes we put so much dye on it, and like she said, box stuff and the wrong type of product or product on top of product without cleaning out the follicles or letting them breathe. So don't get discouraged wherever you are in your hair process, even in your skin. If it's dry, you can't figure out what's going on. There are
Call your
experts
girl.
like Zimani, thank you, who can help us out. And that's why I love this show, Making Connections. So if you need help, this is your connection right here. Get the help you need. Don't be ashamed of what's going on or what you've done, what you look like. Put your little hat on if you want to and just show up. Call her, show up, and she'll do the rest.
Call me. No,
Because,
seriously, I have two numbers if you want me to give them out.
okay,
One is 980-277-0840. And then my personal cell, you can literally text me on the cell. It's 980-248-4120. I have the watch. I got everything is going to go ring a ding ding ding. So I'm going to get notifications. If you hit me on Messenger, I will answer you. If you call me, if I don't answer you right away, and if I don't send you a text right away, my hands are in some hair.
right.
But I will answer everybody. I answer texts. I answer phone calls, missed phone calls if you leave me a message. I answer everyone.
Yes. So, we're going to be texting you. Me and my mom are coming your way.
Well, come on, because I'm ready.
Well, thank you again for being with us today. I appreciate you coming on, sharing so much knowledge and helping the people out because, we want to look fabulous. Sometimes we just don't know
Yeah.
what we need to do to get there. So I appreciate your knowledge. I appreciate you being willing to share. And I'm looking forward to everything that's to come and all this manufacturing and being out in products in the shelf. We can just, yes, yes. So definitely keep us in touch, as things are progressing, and we'll definitely, give you shout outs and let everybody know when the links are dropping and things like that. So again, we appreciate you. And guys, again, we are making connections with Aly here every Saturday at 12 noon and every Monday at 2 p.m. Everybody go out, have a great day. That cortisol she was talking about, let's get rid of that. Let's don't be
Yeah, send
stressed.
that about its business. Tell cortisol to go somewhere else.
Thank
You are
you.
stress free.
Because we got
You are
stuff
too
to do.
blessed to be stressed, honey. We do have too much thing. We have too many things to do.
That's
Life
it.
is wonderful. We have the ability. It's already been proven. There is the ability to live past 100 years. It just depends on what it is we do and how we take care of this beautiful temple of ours.
That's
That's
it.
it.
We got to live that Slade life. You feel me?
That's it. Come get slayed, okay? Get
Oh gosh. Well, you guys have a great day. And of course, until next time, as always, we're leaving you with love, positivity, and good vibes. Have a Slade day. Bye.
slayed.